Everybody, welcome back to Music with Miss Hecht, and today we're going to be looking at a music arranging platform called Super Looper. It's similar to Chrome Music Lab, except it is a little more extra. It's got a lot more features that I think you will really enjoy. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the Super Looper link, which has been made for you in Teams, or of course you can Google search Super Looper and it is the first search that comes up. And once you get there, it looks like this. And you'll see that it says tap the screen or use the keys Q through P to play. So basically what we're doing here is we're making loops. And as soon as you start clicking on the screen, you see that there is sound, and that's pretty cool. Clicking all around in this empty black space creates sound. Now we are in the drums portion, and you can hear that the click track or the metronome started. I'm going to pause that for just a moment. And I'm going to continue to show you around the different instruments. So the different loops are set up into these 5 categories: drums, rhythm, chords, bass, and lead. And for this assignment, I would like you to use at least 3 of those loops. 1 from drums and 1 from rhythm, 1 from chords, bass, lead. 3 choices, not 3 drums, but 3 of the choices. So let's take a look at at something in rhythm. So I'm going to click on rhythm. And right away when I click it, you'll notice that there's this red flashing light. That means it's recording. Well, I don't want it to record, so I'm going to click it again. And there we go. So now I'm going to use the keypad. It said buttons Q through P. So here's Q, W, E, R, T, Y, U, I, O, and P. So I can play using the keypad, or I can tap the screen if I'm on something like an iPad or tablet, or I can use my mouse to click wherever I want. Clicking with the mouse is not very precise, so you may not like that as much, but it's still just one of the 3 ways that you can make sound. Let's take a look at chords. Double click to get rid of that that flashing red light, which means record. Ooh, that was pretty cool. Interesting. Bass. Double click. Bass. Ooh, very interesting. And lead. Double click. So right away I noticed that lead is a high pitch, bass is a low sound. Chords are a mixture of both. And rhythm, of course, is that classic 80s drum machine sound. You may have heard it called 808 before. That's because the technology that was used or that was developed was originally made by Roland, and the model was called an 808. So that's where all these sounds come from, all these classic sounds. So now that we know the different sounds of Super Looper, let's talk about recording those sounds. The first thing you want to do after you're done exploring is you want to turn on the click track. If you don't use the metronome, the loops that you create are not going to be even, and even though they will still loop, it doesn't sound very good. And you sometimes need to just try again by re-recording. So click the click metronome button. And so now, here's my, I'm going to go back into drums. And I clicked it once, so the red button is flashing. And there it goes. I just had to play it once, and it's back on. Cool. Now I'll add a rhythm. Cool. Now here comes lead. turn down my volume just a little bit here because once it gets going, it gets pretty loud. And there's no way for me to pause it. So now I like what I have. I'll turn it down just a little bit more because you need to hear my voice this part, not really the sound I'm making. So turn it down a little bit more. And now I'm going to click the record button, and it is now recording my entire loop. And once I click it again, it brings up this page right here called Share Your Track. I can now stop it without losing anything and click the link button, which will bring up a link to my song that I just made. Double click in the space provided, and I needed to double click again. And I'm going to Command C to copy, or you can right click on it and it'll say copy, right? Copy. And then I can post that link in the music chat in Teams, or I can post it clicking in the URL at the top of a new web browser, and here's my song. Clicking in this dark space will make it play. Let me turn that up a little bit. Cool, right? What's really awesome about this is that as you're recording, let me go back to the Super Looper for just a moment. As I'm recording, I can turn these things on or off. But when I turn them back on, remember it's going to be blank, so I'll have to fill it back in. Anyway, I think it is really awesome. And if I want to make another one, I just click restart. And the whole thing is cleared. So don't click restart unless you completely want to start over. All right, guys, so that's Super Looper. And when you're done with the project, please don't forget to go back into Teams and click Turn In. Do not click that button if you have not completed the assignment. Once you've completed it, then you should go back in and click Turn In. If you want to share your assignment, again, copy paste the link into the music chat so we can all see what kind of cool music you're working on. All right, enjoy Super Looper. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week.